Okay, Nana, I'm getting ready. Well, I'm going live now. Check for me on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I'm going live. Check for me. Hi, YouTube. I was just sitting there smiling alone because I could hear myself. So I was just smiling at my own self. I like the picture. Oh, let me go live here. Um, Let me go live here on TikTok. I loved how I look on YouTube, and so I was just sitting here smiling to myself. Um, YouTube is brighter than TikTok right now. Hello, TikTok. Hello, everybody. The topic today.
Mom,
Yeah,
I can hear you.
you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I should go on TikTok, see if there's any messages. Okay. This is a little bit better. I was using StreamYard and I haven't paid for the subscription yet. So I didn't like the idea of having the logo. Hello. Let me move my computer so I can see TikTok. Hi, TikTok. Today is a little bit dark because I am trying to figure out the setup. I have a big pencil that I'm sharpening. See the mini pencil, but it keeps breaking. I guess I'll just leave it. Today I'm talking about be more patient, and we're going to continue the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. It's a subject that I know a lot about, being more patient. I don't know why YouTube is really bright, but TikTok is dark. I'm using the same setup, the same lighting, nothing is different. Not sure exactly what it is, but this is a new setup today. So I'll figure it out after this live. I'll figure out how to um, change the setup so it's a little bit brighter on TikTok. Okay, be more patient. Now, I was never a patient person. I was never patient. I was not raised around people who were patient. I was not taught to be patient. Nobody talked to me about being patient, the power of being patient, nothing about being patient. So I had to learn it the hard way. So whatever I tell you about being patient, it's something that I had to learn personally, my own way, for my own well-being, to be able to get there. How is my lipstick? I didn't put on makeup today. That's another thing too that I'm trying. I love makeup. I love girls that do makeup. I love buying makeup. I love looking at makeup videos. I absolutely hate putting on makeup. Everything about cosmetics I love. But me personally, to put it on, so I'm trying that too, trying the bare face, no makeup, but I do like lipstick. Ida Cosmetics. Hi, I'm talking about cosmetics, and there's Ida Cosmetics. I love cosmetics a lot, but I don't like putting it on. Hi, hi. So which is why I am so big on making sure that my skin is healthy, because really it's not about online or a face, even in person, my personal life, I prefer to go without makeup. But I love everything about it. Watching people put it on the videos. I watch a lot of Shira 7. If anybody knows Shira 7, Sprinkle Sprinkle. And she talks a lot about the power of just, women dolling themselves up. And I'm all about that. It's just putting on makeup for me. I need to have patience for that. Be more patient. So, being more patient. I'm going to open this while I talk when it comes to being more patient. Something that was sent to me by one of the brands. If if you do listen to me, obviously this is something that you relate to. If you were raised in a way where, I don't want to say that the environment is toxic, but there's a lot of trauma and pain in the environment, patience might not be something you observe or saw or heard. Why? Because in those environments, it's either it's controlling, there's a lot of physical, emotional violence going on. Let's call it that way, domestic violence, right? It's always prevalent in those areas, and domestic violence can take many forms. Domestic abuse can take many forms. Most of us were raised in a way where if the people don't see it in the physical showing, then it doesn't happen. But there's also the emotional violence, the emotional abuse that happens, right? And so if you were raised in a way where your parents, I'm trying to check the time, it doesn't show. How would I know the time? I only want to do 30 minutes. So if you were raised in a way where your parents are constantly, or the people that raised you, because I know there are some people who watch me who did not live with their parents. If they're constantly in a hurry for you to do things, or if you had to watch them ask you to do something, and before you have the opportunity to do it, they get up and do it for themselves. In environments where they want to call on you right now and you need to get up right now and do it. It has to be fast. There's no waiting. Like the call and response time has to be quick. If you're raised that way, right, inwardly you might not have patience for much. Now, this is different from not having patience for things that waste your time, for people that don't have good intentions towards you. In those instances, I would say don't have patience, because I wouldn't take that. If I see that somebody doesn't have my best interests, I don't have patience for that. I don't want to stay there for that. But in everyday life, from your kids to your husband to your wife, I don't talk about relationships, but husband and wife are human beings. To your friends, just people around you, where you constantly feel that heat in your heart, which it feels like pain, right? You want people to walk faster. You want people to talk faster. You want people to hurry up. They need to do it now, 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 now. Your patience is always running out. And so we would feel stressed. We would feel frustrated. That in itself is a lesson. You can use those energies to your own advantage, where when you feel yourself being impatient about anything, take a step back, look at where that emotion is coming from, because every emotion that we feel, it's coming from somewhere. There's a reason why we're feeling it. And so if you take a step back, and I haven't read the way that it is explained in the book, right? I will. Right now, I'm telling you my own experience and how I handle being impatient. If you take a step back and look at the emotion, whatever you are impatient about, even if it's somebody wasting your time, right? Being able to handle that emotion for yourself, it gives you power. It gives us power. So take a step back. This is what I do. I take a step back, even either in that moment or when the moment passes. I always reflect back and always look at, need to make a pause. Always look at, okay, where is this coming from? Why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel impatient? Sometimes most of us get angry, myself included, when we're impatient. So asking yourself, what is that anger and where is that anger coming from? In one of the groups that I am in, which is the teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh, I know they really wrap this thing up because I can't figure out how to unwrap it. The teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh, if you don't know Thich Nhat Hanh, look him up. He was a Buddhist monk, Buddhist, I think, Zen Buddhist. So he has a lot of teachings out. And one of the questions was, how do you handle your anger? How do you take care of your anger? And being impatient is huge when it comes to just getting angry at people, getting angry about stuff. Or let's say you're practicing something, you're doing something, you're training, and you're just so impatient towards yourself in learning that. When I first started editing, that was a pain. When I first started learning to edit, I was so impatient with myself that it hurt. It hurt so much. Those first 6 months of me learning to edit, I would constantly be alone at home crying because I was so impatient. I wanted to learn the skill and I wanted to learn it now. And I couldn't understand why I couldn't learn it now. Look at all these people editing. Why not me? It goes back to being able to sit back and look at and reflect, where are all these emotions of impatience coming from? Where is the emotion of anger coming from? Where did you learn it? How did you learn it? Now, I learned it from the people that raised me being impatient, and I was able to see that. I was raised by people that you have to do everything now. They call you, you have to come now. They tell you to pick up something, you have to do it now. If you don't do it right now, the minute they tell you to do it, there's a problem. You get into trouble. You can get whooped for that. You can get hit for that. Um, my Africans that join me might understand what I'm talking about, but I also do have people who are outside of Africa who have gone through this. So I had to sit back and see that my impatience was learned. It was a learned behavior, which contributed a lot to my anger management. For years, I would read about anger management, and I had to learn too that that was a learned behavior. Being constantly angry about things was a learned behavior. I just learned it doing that every time. So let me pick up something from the book. I was able to unwrap this. If you, oh, Beyonce. That is Beyonce. Look at that. I'll post a link in the bio. This was sent to me. YouTube can see it here, but not TikTok. I have I'm going to put it into this. I'm going to open this and put it there and probably make a short video about it. It's from a lighting company that's like helping me with the light. Oh, TikTok is a little bit brighter, but we'll see. I haven't turned the light on, but I will. So here it says the quality of patience goes a long way toward your goal of creating a more peaceful and loving self. The more patient you are, the more accepting you will be of what is. What is. I had to learn that. Accepting what is now, what is happening now, which goes back to the quote, right? Controlling what you can control right now and letting go of what you cannot control. Patience is a huge part of that. Without patience, life is extremely exhausting. Like I mentioned before. Personally, I used to be always exhausted. You are easily annoyed, bothered, and irritated. Patience adds a dimension of ease and acceptance to your life. It's essential for inner peace. It is. Becoming more patient involves opening your heart to the present moment, even if you don't like it. You are stuck in a traffic jam, late for an appointment. Opening to the moment would mean catching yourself building a mental snowball before your thinking got out of hand and gently reminding yourself to relax. Let me give you an example while I open this and try to connect it. I used to drive in New York, right? Which is a place where a lot of people don't want to drive because driving in New York City, it's tedious. The traffic is unbelievable. And New York is a place where drivers just go in and out, in and out. Nobody really, it's New York. I loved it. But that was the time that I was learning to be more patient with myself. And we're going to do so much together, right? This is the epitome of a woman's multitasking skill. I was learning to be more patient with myself, more patient with life. But at the same time, I had already started my spiritual journey. So I was more aware of the things that was happening in my mind. I was also more aware of people constantly talking about how the traffic in New York is it had not is unbearable. So for me, that was a place to learn to be more patient. So when I'm driving, or when I was driving, because I'm not in New York anymore, when I was driving at that point, I will either have an audiobook because I don't listen to music that much. I have certain people, depending on how I feel, I listen to them. And one of them, of course, is Kendrick Lamar. And I had to plug it in. Go watch Not Like Us. I've been researching that video all day today. So I would play audiobooks or some meditation music, or I would play some kind of spiritual something to help me. It made the ride a whole lot more easier and bearable. And I've driven in other cities as well and realized that traffic is traffic everywhere. But the snowball effect that it's being said here in the video, not the video, the book. Here it says, if you are stuck in a traffic jam, late for an appointment, opening to the moment would mean catching yourself building a mental snowball before your thinking got out of hand and gently reminding yourself to relax. We all can do that. When you find yourself starting to your mind is starting to get out of hand and you're just starting to have this, and there it's all thoughts in our mind that would say, Oh, oh, this traffic. I can't stand this traffic. I can't stand these people. Look at this driver. Look at that person. Now, I'm speaking about it in terms of driving, but it can be anything where you are just, I can't stand this person. Why are they doing that? Why are they talking like that? Why can't they be normal? Why can't they be this? It means we're trying to change the situation or the next person, right? When you point a finger, one finger, there's the other four is pointed back at you. Why are they doing that? Why are they driving that way? Why are they talking that way? Why can't they be faster? The fingers are pointed back at you, which means at that very moment, when I move back, it's dark on TikTok. I'll figure it out, TikTok. Which means, okay, you that is feeling that emotion of frustration, of impatience, of anger, why are you feeling that? And what are the voices in your head saying? Impatience and anger is usually a voice in our head. And I like to say that voice is somebody's voice. Me, it was predominantly my mother and my uncle's voice. So for you, you have to look at when you are angry, who is the voice in your head? Who is speaking in your head? It's not you that is speaking. It's somebody that is speaking who raised you, around you, the way they spoke, the words they used, the way they talk from the time you were a child. And then you pick those words up, mannerisms, behaviors, ways of doing things. And then as we grow, it becomes the voice in our head. And whatever we're doing, that's what comes up. We hear a lot of people say, when I open my mouth, my mother comes out. Or when I open my mouth, my father or grandmother or whoever comes out. For me, that is what it means. And so we are able to catch ourselves. We actually can, because I have done this. And so I'm speaking about something that I've already done and practiced, and I'm still practicing. I'm not an expert. I'm still on the journey as well. So when you hear the voice in your head, when you're able to catch it and be aware of it, that thought in your head saying to you, what is this person doing? I don't like this person. I've never liked this person. Why are they walking so slow? Why are they talking so loud? Why is there so much traffic? You begin to hear it. And yes, it is a snowball effect, because when you get a hold of one thought and then you follow it down the rabbit hole, then you begin to think more things that gets you more angry, more frustrated, more impatient. But when you catch yourself, you can breathe. Okay, everything is okay. I'm fine. I'm not in a hurry. There's nothing to be in a hurry about. If you're late for work, you can say, okay, tomorrow I have to leave earlier. Okay, I have. Find the solutions of what you can do to avoid that situation or to make that situation better. The moment you start to look for the solution, you stop the negative thinking, and then now you start looking for solutions. Okay, I'm late right now for meeting, for work, talking to someone, whatever. Okay, can I text them? Can I call them? Who can help me right now, make them understand that I will be late? Now, if you're always late, that's a whole different ball game. That this is not going to help you. This is for people like me who don't like being late. And so when we're late, it's we get frustrated. So you find the solutions and then you calm your mind down. Right? If somebody, New Yorkers, I was in that realm for some time. where somebody just walking slow in front of you, oh my God, you want to chop their head off because in New York, you're so used to walking fast. And I personally had to stop walking so fast and started taking my time and walking slow and enjoying the walk. And that made me understand a lot more people there. But say you are in a hurry, the person in front of you is talking so loud, is taking their time, is walking so fast. You go to the shop, you go to the market, you go to the grocery store, the person in front of you is taking forever. Those are moments that you can practice and train yourself, where you just bring your mind back, calm yourself down, and you are just there. You're just in the shop or wherever you are. You're not in a hurry. You're not thinking. That's the thing. You're just there, present, enjoying the scenario, looking at everybody and everything. You're just there. You're not thinking. That's a very important part because I remember growing up, when somebody asked me, "What are you doing sitting there alone?" I said, "Nothing." "What are you thinking about?" I said, "Nothing." And I was forced to believe that you cannot sit by yourself without thinking. And I'm saying that's not true. You can most definitely be by yourself and not think. You can be on a line and not think, not be impatient, not be worried. It's all up to you. It's practice. So you sit there, or you stand there, or you're watching the person, or you're in a hurry. You find the solutions. If you're walking and you're in a hurry, the person is in front of you, or you look around them and see, okay, which way can I go to go past them and walk faster? And you take that way and you go. Solution, resolve it. Or if it's somewhere you're waiting and it's taking so long, go with a book. Have an audio book. If you like music, have a playlist of music that makes you feel good. Have things that make you feel good with you. One important thing that I have learned to do, I'm not saying it's easy, is when I'm going, not take anything with me, not take a book or a magazine, nothing. Take my phone, put it in my pocket or in my bag if I go with one. And wherever I am, I'm just there. Quietly, sitting by myself. Be present. I'm not on my phone. I'm just there like this, waiting. But in my mind, I'm not telling myself I'm waiting. I'm just sitting. It's like a meditation on its own. And I first learned this. So black is beautiful. Thank you. I love my black. I first learned this from what's his name? Eckhart Tolle, where he does that. He does that a lot. He used to do that a lot. He used to live at the park bench. And so I love it too. Well, thank you. He used to live on a park bench, sleep at the park bench. So I mean, if you're homeless, it is what it is, right? So he learned to do that and he was able to teach, he's able to teach people that. And I'm telling you, it works. It really, really, really works. When you tell yourself, I'm waiting, then you feel like you're waiting. But when you just sit there and you feel like you're sitting there, it just feels like you're sitting there. You can be waiting for 20, 30 minutes, even 1 hour. And by the time the time is up, you feel like, oh, that felt like 5 minutes. Why? Because you were loving your own company. And this is important because when you're able to do this in places that you have to wait, wherever you go, you can be able to have patience. Okay, I think that's enough. or we can talk about it more. So if you look back in the videos, or if you've been with me, I talked about how LC Sign, right, sent me an LED light, which I have to figure out how to put together. I don't know how to do it. And they sent me the light, and I tried it, and the light worked in making the place look so nice. But they also sent me, I'm going to try this, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to ask them how to do it because I've never done this. They also sent me posters. Now, I love Beyonce. At least now, I love her even more. When she started doing the Oshun and just the going back to her African roots. Of course, I chose this one too as well. Oh, the sunflowers, right? Because Oshun. And then there's this one, which is the Hello Kitty. I guess I could change them around, but I'm going to start with the Beyonce. And then however it looks, I'm going to make a short video with it. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do it. Okay, it doesn't go. Okay, I tried this way, but I don't think it goes this way. Does it go here at the back? Has anybody ever put up a LED light, LED light with a poster? If you have, tell me in the chat and help me. Because I definitely don't know what I'm doing. But I'm glad the company trusts me to showcase their stuff. I love it. And they are called LC Sign. Okay, so I'm going to plug it. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. YouTube looks so good, and I don't even have the light on yet. And this needs to be hanged, so it's special for when I can finish my setup and finish the lighting and be able to light it up. You can't see the back. The plug. Yung plug eh. Dapat lang bullshit.
Why is there a Hello Kitty one? Oh,
Okay, that's not the way. So I'm guessing nobody who's watching knows how to do this. Was this open? I think it opened. Oh, I got it, people. I got it. Don't go. Wait for me here. Don't go, don't go. I got it. I found it. Woohoo. Look, 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 look. Oh my God. Yay. Look, look, I got it. I've never been this excited. Oh my God. So, okay. So now I'm going to plug it. Hey, look at that. Look at it. Look. It's bright. On YouTube, it's so nice. On TikTok, you can't see it. But I'm going to use it as my light. Oh my God. On YouTube. Oh, here you go. Oh, look at that. They're called LC sign. So I chose this one, which is Beyonce, which is gorgeous. Look at that. I don't even want to try the other ones. But let's try one more. Oh, I love this. This is exciting. I'm going to drive myself crazy with this thing. What's the flower one? Okay, let's do the this one. This one. So here you go. It's dedicated to Oshun. Anybody into the African Orishas? After this, I'll probably do a card reading when I'm done. I'll come back live again and do the setup. And we can do the African Goddess Rising. You see Oshun on the cover. She likes sunflowers. Okay, let's try this one. I'm gonna plug it and then I'm gonna move my face out of the frame. And you see, it is beautiful. I love this. Look. Oh, can you see it? It's gorgeous. Ah. Anyway, you can find it all in my. I go crazy with this stuff. You can find it all in my TikTok shop, and I'll post the video later. I'm gonna clean things up, and then simple fact that there's the I'm going to do let's see my lights. I'm going to do an African Goddess Rising card read today because I also feel good, and I usually do reading with these cards when I'm feeling really good and really well, the African Goddess Rising. So I'll be back in a little bit. See ya.